Um, Really and truly, Mr. Chet, as a leader, an elected leader of this district, once it is the development of our community, I am in support of it. This tourism business, I believe it would be a very good one for us so that our people benefit from it. That is why I'm going to talk to Reyes and tell him about it, that on my part, for development, number one for me, because if the villagers out there, that's why they have their chairman, they have their elected leaders, and tell me about it, what kind of support. We will try support them any way possible, that they could get their projects going so that the community benefit off of these projects. So up to this moment, we are receiving some letters from the village leaders or groups that want the assistance from us. And what I said to them is this, that let us stop talk, let us get to work, make we move one step. Because if we have couple villages that start to do their park, to start bringing in money to their community, then the rest of the community will follow. They will follow the example. Once the example is good, that is where we come in. And as a matter of fact, Mr. Chet, I am a person that believes to share. What we get is to share. Everybody should get their equal share. And that is the way we're going ahead. But in the past, some of the projects, as I said earlier, as I mentioned earlier, they failed because only very few persons benefited from these projects. But my plan, if I'm here to assist, especially the tourism industry, that we hear about tourism industry in other districts like Belizians, San Pedro and Alden, and what happened to Punta Gorda. So that is why I'm in support of it, 100%, and I know for sure my board will support it. We will be meeting on the 18th of this month to discuss, and as a matter of fact to come to this office, because this will be our first time that the village council has its office. And now I am proud of it as the president, and I know my board do, because some of them talk to me and they tell me, Mr. Ak, we couldn't believe that you could do what you are doing, because it's a voluntary base. But Mr. Chet, my interest is there. My interest is for the community, for the villages, for the chairman, and I believe if I do a good job, I most naturally, that is one reason I'm here in office again, because I was there before. If my record was bad, I wouldn't be here again today.
That's
but
right.
I try my best to keep my record clean. Whatsoever I do, it has to be legal. If I do anything illegal, it only record will be on mine. That's what I believe, that I'm here again today in this. I will set up this office, and this is just the beginning today. And I know starting January of next year, this office will get on a regular basis, daily basis.
Well, I want to say that in my 40 years of living and working in Toledo and with the people here, I've never met a leader like Mr. Ak, and I am thrilled to have the opportunity to be whatever assistance our office, from the Nature's Way can be. Now, my good friend Jason here, who's doing this film for us, has contacted someone from Cultural Survival, and he has expressed an interest in learning more. And so Jason has adjusted his vacation. He was here out doing business and a bit of a trip to wait to meet Mr. Ak, who was getting sworn in Belmopan yesterday. And we're all here, and we're preparing this especially for Cultural Survival, because Cultural Survival has a magazine, and it has a great many people in the world who are sincerely interested and care about the indigenous people of the world. And we think that with you having this powerful position here, that is much stronger than any of the local NGOs or funders. There's no other organization in Toledo that has the power or the respect of the people like this village council does. And Mr. Ock explained why. These are volunteer positions that are very difficult, take a lot of time, and they are elected by the people. They elect those people that in their community they believe in. So it's just wonderful that Mr. Ock is in charge, and it's also wonderful that, as he said, that he sees tourism as a very real way that we can start now to get things going in Toledo. Now, where does cultural survival come in? Well, our people here in Toledo, the Maya people mostly, make a great many arts and crafts. And these arts and crafts are of a wide variety of baskets and embroidery and jewelry. And we've taken it down to two items, and they are earrings, rainforest earrings that are made from jippa-japper basket, it's a palm-like, and then the red terracotta earth. They're fired with corn husks, and they're black and gray and red earth, balls of terracotta rainforest earth, and the earring. Now we put two of those earrings in an envelope with a friendship bracelet. Those are hand-embroidered bracelets, and they go with the two earrings, and they have a piece of paper showing the producer and telling about her and the family how the item is made, and it goes to people that want to support Mr. Ock and this project, the people of Toledo. What happens to the money? $1 goes to Social Security to put the women producers on the Belize Social Security rolls, which they aren't now, so that they can receive benefits later when they need it. Another $1 goes to a small revolving loan fund where they can make loans on their own organization for small micro enterprise. Another fund goes for health, because we have a very nice hospital and we get a good diagnosis, but many times the medicine isn't in the hospital. You have to go to the pharmacy. People here can't afford it, so $1 goes into their health fund, and they get more for their product than they're getting here in the street selling to the few tourists we have. A few dollars after that goes towards shipping and handling, and then there's something left for the further promotion of the park Mr. Ock was referring to. Over the years, the people have learned what doesn't work. It sounds kind of strange, but all of these programs failed, but in the process the people know what doesn't work, and slowly they put together their own plan. Reyes Chun should talk about it, because it was the TEA that kept all the pieces together, but Mr. Ock supported it over the years with other organizations that inputted information to help build the plan that he's talking about, that is a plan that was born here in Toledo by the people. It's called the Toledo People's Eco Park Plan. Now, what we're hoping is that Mr. Reyes Chun will talk more about the TEA, and then we're hoping that that Cultural Survival will be interested enough to perhaps send someone to interview Mr. Ock in more detail and get all their facts, photograph the earrings and the bracelets we have, and see what a great opportunity this is to really help indigenous people. Recently there was a reaffirmation of the communal land rights of the Maya, so the world is watching them to see what they're going to do now that they have more power. They have the Alcalde Association, they have the Village Council Association, that's in our Constitution. They also have the support of the Supreme Court, so they have a chance. And Mr. Ock is raring to go. He has the new council, and Mr. Chun will tell you a little bit more about this this involvement. I know Mr. Ock has an important meeting that he's going to go to, so we'll go over and we'll talk with Mr. Ock, and we'll look at some of our arts and crafts, and we're hoping that if Cultural Survival can do a story on this, and people want to come down and experience the Village Guest House Eco Trail program, where you stay in a Mayan guest house in a village and have the time of your life, or you can send down and get some of the products that we sell. We'll have a website, we'll go over the eBay, it'll go into the bank, and it'll help to fund this wonderful thing that's happening. I've been watching Cultural Survival for many years, and the whole indigenous movement all around the world, and as far as I know, this is really something. The United Nations recently hailed this finding as one of the greatest things for Indigenous people in the last decade. So I think the time is right, and we have everything in place.